Hey everybody. Yesterday I was reading or the day before, whatever it was, I was reading all those comments on when I did the live on, I did that live on seasoning and cleaning old skillets and how to make them usable. And there were so many questions, and a lot of the questions I answered in the video. It's just y'all, when y'all come in late on a live, you need to go back to my page and watch it all over again. One of them was, can you season your skillets with anything other than bacon grease? Well, yes, you could use fat back and fry it real slow and pull it up on the side, or you could put some oil in your skillet and fry some chicken and pull that up on the side, or whatever. And then let's see, what else did they ask? They said, well, when you season it once, do you have to season it again? Well, darling, every time you cook in it, you're seasoning your skillet. In other words, I may fry chicken in that same skillet next week, and when I do, it just continues to season it. Go back and watch the video, though, and you don't have to scrub it every time. Once you've scrubbed it once, that's it. The next time, you just kind of wipe it out or rinse it out over there in some soapy water or whatever, according to how dirty it is, and go again. Just remember to dry it. And another thing is, never put your cast iron in a dishwasher. It'll come out rusty every time. All right, we're going to make pepper salts. So y'all listen up. This is just a video. This isn't live. I hope y'all can find me. These were given to me. Aren't they gorgeous? When he gave them to me, most of them were green, and then as a couple of days passed, they turned red. So I've already washed them, and I'm just going to make my pepper salts in this jar right here. These are jalapeno peppers. They make great pepper salts. But another thing that makes really good pepper salts is cayenne peppers. Now, when you're doing cayenne peppers, you can have a smaller jar, because, you know, they're long and skinny. So you could use a jar that's got a little thing and push them down in there real good. So I'm trying to push these down. Just take your thumb and push them down. I'm going to get me a wooden spoon here. Let me see. This will work. And try to push them down a little bit in there. You can just do them any way you want to. And we are fixing to make us some. All right, now what we're going to put on over this, and now we can go ahead and start it right now, is we're going to use white vinegar. And what you do is you put your white vinegar in a pot, turn your pot on high. You do not let your vinegar come to a boil. You want it almost there, but not quite. It's kind of like fixing that y'all sweet tea. And I keep saying, don't boil it. I had that, and I didn't have very much of it. Now, what you can do, I'm going to go ahead and heat all of it up, because I think it's going to take it. I'm making this to go on our turnip greens and collards this winter. I have seen people that cut up their peppers in circles, and that's beautiful. You could do that if you want to. You certainly can. But you want to make sure that you get a bunch of peppers in there, okay? And I'm putting the point down first because I'm trying to find a place to stick them down in there. That doesn't want to go. Put him right there. Put a pretty green one in there. See how pretty they're looking? kind of lay him down a little bit. See if I can get it in there. All right, so we're getting our vinegar hot. I don't think this one's going to make it right here. So why don't we cut it up? And so we can get everything. They probably need to cut the top off of this one too, because it's not going down in there very good. All right, let's do some red in there. Let's cut some circles. I'm so proud to get these. This farmer is an older man. He's the daddy of one of my people that I know. And I think that's what keeps him young. You know, I've read so many studies on people that farm and work in their yard. And every study that I've read says that people who do yard work are healthier and they live longer than people who don't. Now that's what I read. All right, doesn't that look pretty? It's party. It's party, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Isn't that nice? All right, we're going to pour our vinegar over it. Sometimes when you pour your vinegar, let me wash my hands because I'm sure I got some of that hot on my hands. And yes, I'm over here using me a little Amish farm soap on. When you put vinegar in like this, like there's a space right there. I wish I could get that pepper down in there so I could get another one in there, but I can't. Your pepper is going to soak up some of that vinegar that you're going to put over it. And so after it does, you don't have to seal this. I've got it in this cute jar, but I could take this little thing off of it and it work just as fine. You don't have to seal this. It's just going to make pepper salts. Now, there are a lot of people, so let me go ahead and tell you this so you'll know. You put it in any kind of jar you want to. As a matter of fact, this jar right here, let me get it out. Over here by the window. This jar right here would be gorgeous for pepper salts. Wouldn't that be pretty? But my peppers wouldn't fit in it because of the top. But those cayenne peppers would, because they're long and skinny. You could put one in and take a skewer and push it down in there and fill this whole jar with pepper sauce. That'd be pretty on your table, wouldn't it? But I don't have any cayenne pepper. All I got is this. The jalapeno. And it'll be really good. This is what you also use. You use this to make pepper jelly. And I love pepper jelly. All right, let's see if it's getting hot. Well, no, because I turned on the wrong eye. I turned on the back one. I need to turn on the front one, don't I? Well, what I was going to say is sometimes this will absorb all your vinegar that you put in here. And if it does, heat you up a little more and put it in there. I have seen people even put vinegar, like the next year, they put vinegar over the same peppers again after they use their pepper salts. I don't know how long you could do that. You may write in and let me know that because I don't know that. I do know this. Some people add a teaspoon or two to their vinegar and let it dissolve in there before they pour it over here. Now, we don't, but some people like it. So if you like a little vinegar on yours, well, just do that. That'll be good. I mean, a little sugar in your vinegar, do that. Well, I've got a leaky faucet over there. So the plumber came a while ago. He had come last week. I've got one of those hospital plastic dish pans sitting under my sink. And when I turn on the water, it goes out somehow and falls down from that faucet down in there. And so I have to empty that dish pan every now and then. Well, I'm tired of doing it. So I called me a plumber, and he came out here, and he measured, and he's done, and he's coming back tomorrow with me a new faucet, and he's going to fix it. So I'm going to get up under my sink tomorrow and put me some pretty paper under there and rearrange all that stuff under my sink that looks like horror. It's awful. Why is it under our kitchen sink, or mine does? I'm always having to fix mine. Because I've got my furniture polish under there, and my detergent, and some alcohol, and some stuff to clean the windows with, and all this stuff. I can do that because I don't have little children. Now, you mamas and daddies that have, I hope that's going to be enough vinegar. All I've got left is apple cider, and this is just your white vinegar. And and it's 5% acidity. You need to know that. 5% acidity. And here's what else you need to know. If you boil your vinegar, it loses its acidity. So that's why you want it hot, but you don't want it boiling. Okay? Well, we'll wait just a minute or two on it, let it boil up. Okay, y'all, it's almost hot. Because it's beginning to steam just a little bit. You ever stuck your finger in water or something, you wondered if it's hot? Woo! It's getting there. It's almost there. I don't want it to boil. I just want it to be really super hot. Anyway, he brought me a lot of peppers. I'm thinking about using some of these that's left over, and because this will be enough for us to have for a whole year. Pepper salt for maybe 2 years. I thought about making those pepper poppers, and I'm going to have to look up a recipe, but y'all can, when you're writing your comments to me, and remember, when you write comments, Facebook lets you see me. I just pop up all the time if you'll write comments and share and like and all that stuff. All right, y'all, I think this is hot enough. It looks like it's fixing to boil. There's a few little tiny bubbles on the bottom of the pot, so I think this is hot enough. And you just pour it over your peppers, hoping that it's going to be enough. I don't know if it will be or not. Ooh, maybe. And it was. All right, take you a spoon, not metal, but or a wooden something, and jiggle around down in there a little bit in case there's any bubbles that need to come to the surface. And that's it. I mean, how simple is that? And it can be in any kind of jar that you've got. You may have an old hot sauce jar that's got a top that big, or you may have, and you can cut these up if you want to in pretty circles. I've seen that done, and that's beautiful. Just however you want to do it. And that's it. I'm going to put this over it, but I'm not pulling it down tight. I don't want it airtight. And this is pepper sauce. Remember, if you want to put a little sugar in yours, put it in there, darling. Put it in there. Just however you like it. Here's what we like pepper sauce on, though. In the fall, when the greens start coming in, I love turnip greens. The green, the leaf. And I cook turnip greens. And I love the turnip roots too, but I cook those in a separate pot. Turnip roots are real sweet, and I love them, but I don't like them cooked together. My granny used to cook turnip roots, and she'd smash them up. I don't like that either. I like mine in chunks. And then I'd cook the turnip greens and eat those separately. And this is what we put over the turnip greens. You just pour just a little bit over your turnips. Hannah loves it on there. Gives it a nice flavor. In the fall, I cook a lot of collards. And sometimes I stir fry collards. Sometimes I boil them in just a little water. You don't want a lot of broth in your collards. And that is so good with pepper salts over it and some crispy cornbread. Collards are all your greens are extremely good for you. And I stir fry my collards in a black iron skillet. If I'm gonna cook them like this with water, I use stainless steel, like something like this, a pot like that. We also down here grow rape and kale. Both of those are really good greens. And another one that I like is mustard. You can get the flat leaf mustard, or is one called the curly leaf mustard. It's real curly. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful leaf. And I like to cook that with my turnip greens. Now, when I'm cooking turnip greens, I'll put a hunk of fat back meat in it, or a little bacon or something like that to give it some good flavor. And then when it's time for me to eat it, I eat my greens and my crunchy cornbread. But I also, and Hannah does it too, we fix us some pot liquor. And we put just the juice in a bowl, and we crumble our cornbread in it and eat it with a spoon. And that's called pot liquor. You won't believe this, but I was reading you may have seen it too. I was reading the comments on the skillet cleaning thing the other day. And one of the people wrote in and said she lives in Lick Skillet. I think it was Indiana. I'll have to go back and see. But that's the name of her town, Lick Skillet. Goodness, I think I got some pepper in my throat. I guess that's the end of my video. That's some strong stuff. I'll see y'all later. I got to go outside and cough a while. That's some hot pepper salts. Y'all have a great day. A good night. Thank you for watching. Lord's mighty good to us. He made this day for us. And we will rejoice and be glad in it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.